Emma Raducanu claims quarterfinal spot in Mubadala Citi DC Open in a stunning turn of events at the Mubadala Citi DC Open in Washington. Emma Raducanu, the 2021 Flushing Meadows champion, delivered a masterclass performance against four-time Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka, securing a 6-4, 6-2 victory. This triumph propels Raducanu into the quarterfinals, where she will face off against Maria Sakkari, the Greek sensation who recently defeated Emma Navarro in a thrilling 7-5, 7-6 encounter. Live coverage of this electrifying matchup will be available on Sky Sports, giving tennis enthusiasts a front row seat to the action. Raducanu's win not only marks a significant milestone in her career, but also reclaims her position as the British women's #1, a title she briefly held in June. Despite a slight dip in her world ranking to 46 after a third-round exit at Wimbledon against Aryna Sabalenka, Raducanu's performance in Washington has reaffirmed her status as a formidable force in women's tennis. "I knew it was going to be a tough battle," Raducanu admitted in her post-match interview. "Naomi's track record speaks for itself, and on hard courts, she's particularly lethal. I had to be at my best and manage my service games effectively, which I'm proud to say I did." Raducanu's ability to handle the ball speed and the challenging conditions was a testament to her growing maturity on the court. The match was a showcase of Raducanu's strategic prowess, as she took an early lead in the first set, breaking Osaka's serve in the fifth game to go up 3-2. A love hold in the next game solidified her advantage, and Osaka's unforced errors, including a long forehand, handed Raducanu the set in just 38 minutes. In the second set, Raducanu continued her dominance, breaking Osaka's serve immediately and saving a break point to maintain a 3-1 lead. Osaka's struggles with double faults proved costly, gifting Raducanu a 4-1 lead and ultimately the match. Raducanu's impressive first serve win percentage of 76% and a second serve win percentage of 61% were key factors in her victory, outperforming Osaka's 45% on second serves. Osaka's 7 double faults and her inability to capitalize on her breakpoint opportunities were telling signs of her frustration on the court. As Raducanu prepares for her quarterfinal clash with Sakkari, she acknowledges the Greek player's form and the challenge that lies ahead. Sakkari is in great form, having taken out the second seed yesterday. "The conditions here seem to suit her game, and I'm expecting a tough match," Raducanu said. Meanwhile, Cameron Norrie's campaign in Washington came to an end with a 6-7, 3-6 loss to American 14th seed Brandon Nakashima, despite a previous upset win over world #7 Lorenzo Musetti. Dan Evans also faced an early exit, falling to French player Corentin Moutet in a 2-6, 6-7 defeat. Moutet will now advance to face Daniil Medvedev in the next round. Tennis fans can look forward to more thrilling action from the ATP and WTA tours, including the US Open in New York, with live coverage on Sky Sports and streaming options available on Now and the Sky Sports app. This year, Sky Sports customers will have access to over 50% more live sport at no extra cost, ensuring that every moment of the action is within reach. Emma Raducanu beats Naomi Osaka, regains British #1 ranking. Get ready for a thrilling comeback story. Emma Raducanu, the British tennis sensation, is on a mission to reclaim her throne as the UK's top-ranked player. And she's doing it in style, with a confident victory over the legendary Naomi Osaka, a 4-time Grand Slam champion. The matchup was highly anticipated, but Raducanu proved she was more than ready for the challenge. She dominated the court, securing a decisive 6-4, 6-2 win and booking her spot in the quarterfinals of a Citi Open in Washington. In her post-match interview with Sky Sports, Raducanu shared her thoughts. "I knew it was going to be tough. Naomi's an incredible player with an impressive track record, but I was determined to play my best and manage my game. I'm proud of how I handled the pressure and adapted to the conditions here." But here's where it gets controversial. Raducanu's success comes at a time when she's without a coach in Washington. Her partnership with Mark Petchey is uncertain, leaving her with only her hitting partner, Alexis Cantor, for support. Yet her performance showed no signs of lacking guidance. And this is the part most people miss. Raducanu's improved serve, honed under Pecci's guidance, was her secret weapon. It helped her secure crucial breaks and ultimately the win. With this victory, Raducanu overtakes Sonai Kartal and Katie Boulter to reclaim the British #1 ranking. She's looking to secure a seeding for the upcoming US Open, and her 2 wins here could propel her back into the top 40. Next up, she faces Maria Sakkari, the Greek player who has yet to take a set off Raducanu in their previous meetings. Raducanu's journey back to the top isn't without its challenges. Osaka, a fellow mom returning to the game after giving birth, provided a tough test. But Raducanu's focus and skill were evident from the start, with a double fault from Osaka gifting her the first break. So what does this mean for the future of British tennis? Will Raducanu's success inspire a new generation of players? And what impact will her coachless status have on her performance moving forward? These are questions worth exploring. What are your thoughts? Do you think Raducanu's success is a sign of things to come for British tennis? Or is it too early to tell? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments below. Washington Open 2024 highlights. Raducanu upsets Osaka and Venus Williams' comeback ends. Tennis world, wake up! Emma Raducanu just reshaped the narrative in Washington, and what she pulled off will leave you breathless. But here's where it gets controversial. Is this a genuine renaissance in her career, or simply a dazzling moment in the spotlight? Emma Raducanu stormed into the quarterfinals of the Washington Open by dismantling 4-time Grand Slam champion Naomi Osaka in straight sets, 6-4, 6-2. Building on her first-round upset of 7th seed Marta Kostyuk, the 22-year-old Brit delivered a commanding performance that showcased her fearless shot-making and steely focus. Osaka, a former world #1, simply couldn't find an answer to Raducanu's blistering ground strokes and precise serves. Next up for Raducanu is wildcard Maria Sakkari, the Greek powerhouse who ousted American second seed Emma Navarro in a hard-fought battle. If Raducanu wins, she not only cements her comeback, but also triggers a fascinating debate. Is she set to become Britain's undisputed #1 sooner than we think? When the WTA rankings update on Monday, Raducanu will overtake Katie Boulter at the summit of British women's tennis for the first time in her career. And the story gets even richer. Raducanu is also into the semi-finals of the women's doubles, alongside 2022 Wimbledon champion Aryna Sabalenka. The duo edged past Juliana Olmos and Aldila Suciotti 7-6, 8-6, 6-4, and will face second seeds Shuai Zhang and Taylor Townsend in the last 4. Raducanu's ability to excel in singles and doubles raises an intriguing question. Can she juggle deep runs in both draws without burning out? On the other side of the court, American legend Venus Williams, wildcard entry and oldest woman to win a WTA match since Martina Navratilova in 2004, fell 6-2, 6-2 to 5th-seeded Magdalena Frank. At 45, Williams had already made headlines by toppling world number 35 Peyton Stearns in round 1, outlasting an opponent 22 years her junior. Even in defeat, her post-match reflections were heartfelt. She ran out of gas, but relished every moment back on tour and already has her sights set on next month's Cincinnati Open. Meanwhile, the men's draw saw 2 British exits in the round of 16. Cameron Norrie, ranked #2 in Britain, succumbed to 14-seed Brandon Nakashima 7-6, 7-3, 6-3 after a tense first-set tiebreak. Nakashima's decisive breaks early in the second set highlighted the thin line between victory and defeat on a fast hard court. Dan Evans, last year's champion, pushed Frenchman Corentin Moutet to the break, saving a match point to force a tiebreak in set 2. But ultimately fell 6-2, 7-6, 7-4. Evans' fighting spirit was on full display, yet it wasn't enough to defend his title. So what does all this turbulence mean for the future of British tennis? Will Raducanu's Washington surge turn into a full-blown resurgence? Or are we still waiting for that consistent breakthrough? How much longer should legends like Venus Williams receive wildcard when the next generation is knocking at the door? And for the men, is Norrie's and Evans' early exit a sign that British men's tennis needs fresh blood, or simply an off week on the tour? Share your thoughts below and join the debate. Britain's tennis story has never been more compelling.